Hello, you're with IndiaPostLive.com, India's first web TV news conversation portal. Well, the much-awaited Indian Super League is now expected to kick off from September this year. So, very recently, the IMG Reliance, which is the promoters, they announced the 8 stakeholders of the All India Football Federation. Let's take a look.
The much-anticipated Indian Super League is here, and the 8 franchisees of All India Football Federation that won the bid will tackle their way into the hearts and minds of the football fans of the country. When the promoters of ISL announced as stakeholders, it was a star-studded affair all the way. While some won, some did lose out in the bid. The stakeholders include cricket legends Sachin Tendulkar and Sourav Ganguly, along with Bollywood stars John Abraham, Ranbir Kapoor, Salman Khan, who bought Kochi, Kolkata, Guwahati, Mumbai and Pune, respectively. While Shah Rukh Khan had famously said that his IPL team Kolkata Knight Riders had no regrets about dumping Ganguly, has Dada had the last laugh now. In the bidding battle, SRK had to surrender to a triumphant Ganguly. Abhishek Bachchan out of movies out of ISL 2. He lost out the bid for Bangalore franchise to Sun Group.
So now let's take a detailed look at the owners of the various clubs, city-wise. Okay, we have Guwahati, John Abraham, Shillong Lajong, we have Kochi, Sachin Tendulkar, PVP Ventures, Kolkata, Sourav Ganguly, Atletico Madrid, Mumbai, Ranbir Kapoor, Bimal Parekh, Pune, Salman Khan, Vadwan Group. So to take this conversation forward, I'm joined by Mr. Surendra Kumar, who is the coach of Hindustan Club, and he has just returned from a tour of Mizoram. And I believe that you are now in the ILeague and you will be playing for the... Yes?
We participated already.
You participated in the ILeague, right? So we will talk about that experience and how ILeague is going to or not going to be the bedrock of football in spite of an ISL. We also have with us Chaitanya. Chaitanya is the former content head of Total Football, the blog. Welcome to both of you on the show. And all of you who are watching there can please join us on IndiaPostLive.com. Our Twitter handle is @IndiaPostLive. Please write into us, please join us with all your questions. We have 2 experts sitting here and we will have a conversation on football. My first question to you, Surendraji. ILeague. Do you think that the coming in of ISL will in any way affect ILeague, and if so, how?
No, definitely not, because if the dates will clash with the ISL, then it will be difficult for players to participate in ILeague as well as in the ISL. They have to defer the dates. It should be a gap about 1 month before the September, I think it will
September,
start.
October, November, yeah. The season is, the ISL season is 3 months.
ILeague hopefully will finish within a month, I think, and then player will get some time to rest as well as training with their clubs.
So you don't see any, because both of them
have
under the mother, All India AIFF is overlooking everything. So
cooperation of All India Football Federation is must.
Chaitanya, given the fact that domestic football has never really attracted the youth in India, one has to be honest about it, and today the youth is getting access to European and South American football. How do you think, like last Sunday, I watched the game, Liverpool and Manchester City. How long do you think it will take for an Indian, for us to reach that benchmark, so to speak?
I think it's going to take a really long while for us to reach to that level, to what you and me both saw on Sunday. It was a riveting game, but then... Yes. I think it's going to take time, but I think with the ISL, what we now have right now, as we saw in the list of the people who have their stakes in different teams, Atletico Madrid have also put in a stake. Yes. So you will see how they'll come here using this venture as a starting as the first block to come into India, scout some players, take them out for European experience, bring their own players in. I think it's these are the first or the baby steps, if you may, for the start of the Indian football to turn into something big. And the fact that greats like Saurav Ganguly and Sachin Tendulkar are owning teams can only be better for us, because as much as we watch, as much as our generation watches European football, has interest, stays up late at night to watch
Absolutely.
the Champions League. I think when you see huge cricketers like this involved in this venture, I think football is the only gainer here. You can use cricket, you can use these brilliant marquee stars for football to let it feed, and then on probably in the next 3, 4, 5 years or so, when the ILeague and the ISL are streamlined completely, you can probably see better footballing talent coming through, better football games coming through, and hopefully you and me are hooked up on a Sunday evening watching either the ISL or the ILeague, where a riveting match like a Liverpool-Man City can be given a tough fight for.
Great.
I'd like that opportunity when I have that remote in my hand to check between should I watch the ILeague or should I watch the Barclays Premier League.
But you agree that it will take a few years for this to
Sure,
happen, right?
it should take a few years, because that's how it's supposed to be. Football has always played second or third fiddle in the country.
Right.
It's only fair that it takes time. Accelerated growth is not constant growth. We all know that. But this is a very, very good step forward.
What is your view on this? As Chaitanya said, football can be the only winner. Do you agree?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. With the ISL is coming from September, definitely it will improve. But it will take time. I agree with Chaitanya. It will take time. But
tell us about your Mizoram experience. You've just come back 3 days ago from
Yeah.
ISL. Tell us about that.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
This is the first time a Delhi team, or you can say Northern India team, who qualified for the final round of ILeague second division. So from Northern India, Hindustan club, along with the Calcutta's Bhawanipur club and Kalighat, 2 from Calcutta and 2 from Northeast. That is United Sikkim and Royal Bangalore, which team qualified for the ILeague senior division.
Okay.
So a very good experience for our boys. The level is good. And in Delhi, we are used to play for 3 months only for local league. But this time, our season is longer. We train hard. So that's why we played well there. Though we came 5th out of the 5 teams. Our performance in Silchar was better than Aizawl because of the altitude, high altitude.
That is also another issue, isn't it? You know, we have such a variety of terrain in this country. You know, you talk of a Northeast, you talk of a Goa, they are completely different fields altogether. So, you know, how do you see the AIFF IMG Reliance overcoming that?
I think that is one of the very big stumbling blocks, because even as we have seen, even football regulating bodies are very skeptical of Qatar hosting the World Cup.
Right.
Because of it being very, very hot. India is no far. I am sure it's not near a desert, but the climate is in maximum extremes. As you said, it's very cold sometimes, it's very hot sometimes. I think what they'll need to do is probably host matches in the mainland, or probably again streamline the fixtures so that players don't burn out. Because what's important at the end of the day in both of them is, yes, football is the winner, but we also want our talent to grow and prosper. We don't want them to burn out in between these two, so that in the end they don't perform for the national team. Then what's the point?
Talking of talent, you know, each team has 22 players, of which, you know, in ISL, we are going to have 10 foreign players, 8 domestic players and 4 local players. As a football coach yourself, how do you see local talent developing through the ISL?
This is a good idea. ISL having 4 players local, along with the other good players from foreign countries and Indian players. And Delhi has many academies here. I see a good, bright future for our youngsters, because our Hindustan club under-19 team has recently qualified for final round of this under-19 tournament. So we have very good players, under-19 players, along with few of us who went with in the ILeague for our team. We have taken them on loan. So definitely out of 4 local boys, I hope my Hindustan clubs, 2 or 3 boys will be in that team, and they can train with the very good players of yesteryears,
right,
and the Indian players, and it definitely helped them. They got a good opportunity.
You know, of these foreign players, Chaitanya, that we are going to be seeing, uh, you're already smiling. Many of them are have-beens, right? Even the
Sure, they're
Aureys,
past
the
everything,
Owens, they're
yeah.
past their prime.
Sure.
So how do you see that playing out?
I think as far as Henry is concerned, I'm very, very excited to see him because he's still playing for New York Red Bulls and he's scoring some wonderful goals. So I'd like to see him. Aside from that, I think they're playing their cards right. I think the ISL is playing their cards right when they see that we have that stars like your Ljungbergs, your Henrys, your Drogbas. He's also been rumored to. So stars like these, they know their presence is evident in our generation. So come the ISL, again it's all cricket aficionados will go because of Sachin and Saurav Ganguly. Us football aficionados who've seen the European game long enough to know their names, know their history, will probably go them to see them perform. Because come on, let's ask ourselves, 5 years back, did we even think that Henry and Ljungberg would be playing in our grounds in our country week in, week out? So as I said, football is the only winner. And the past question you asked, that what can AIFF do to help with these temperature problems? I think a lot of them can be night matches, bring down the temperature a bit. Also resulting in stadium development, because a lot of them don't have floodlights. Again, this venture is entirely holistic. Football is the winner in every case whatsoever. You get development of stadiums, you get development of grounds, you get development of local players which Sir will be happy to take from his team, from any team, and at the end benefits us in the national level because we need to get our rankings up in FIFA. So that'll always be a helping factor. What with the 4 local players with that every team should have.
Would you agree that ILeague will continue to be the bedrock of Indian football anyway? Because the ISL season is only 3 months.
Definitely 3 months. Yeah.
Right.
No, ILeague.
I'm asking in terms of popularity. I'm asking in terms of viewership. Do you think a spurt, a 3-month excitement of, watching, I mean, is it really going to do wonders to the game? A 3-month season vis-a-vis an ILeague? I'm asking both of you.
But the impact of ISL, along with the superstars of years, it will definitely do good for the country, because the ISL is not playing in a one center. The teams are from all over India, Guwahati, Mumbai, right? Chennai, Delhi. So home and away, I think the pattern is not yet decided, ISL, how the game will be played. But I think home and away game definitely help, and it will be not only 3 months, it will definitely give an impact, what do you say?
So do you think what I'm saying
I think it'll still take time. We don't know, because we've seen over time that ILeague has not generated that kind of response in our audiences.
Will an ISL help doing that, is my question.
It should. In an ideal world, it should. It should take
That's
2-3 years.
That's utopian.
Sure, but then again, at the same time, these are all untested waters. You don't know what will happen. Maybe the ILeague reduces attendance.
Why I'm asking is, cricket was already a very, very popular game.
It was already saturated. They're super saturated with the IPL.
No. And then the IPL came. And the interest continued. I mean, it just became like more happening and more exciting and, more adrenaline, so to speak. But in a football which is already not generating so much interest, will an ISL be able to give the impetus to an ILeague? That is my question.
I think it'll do what happened to, say, 50-over cricket or 5-day cricket with respect to T20.
Right.
Now people, if you have now the ISL, you have that 3-month span. People would like to say, let me watch from month 1 to month 3, follow my team all the way through, done. Why do I need to go through the rigors of first of all, picking up my club? If I'm, say, for example, I have Mohan Bagan, go through the rigors of following the entire season, charting their progress. This is a small quick fix of Indian football in 3 months. So I think it should do well, but I hope they both combine forces, the ISL, and again depends on AIFF and how they handle these two portfolios. ISL is a very, very commercially profitable venture, but ILeague at the end should benefit from ISL. It should not be left in the dark or not be given attention to because of the impact or the popularity that is the ISL.
Okay, so you are saying it should.
Let's
talk of the commercials now. the base price for each team is 12 crore rupees, which is almost 2 million US dollars. Uh, Undoubtedly, there's big money. And undoubtedly, as you said, there are celebrities involved, and those celebrities will also bring in the crowd, so to speak. But don't you think that individual players, I mean, how do you think they can really last that long? Do you think the net worth of these individuals will make it last for many seasons to come?
You're talking about the foreign players, right? I again, you don't know how they adjust to the Indian climate, to the Indian brand of football, because as many as you might have, at the end you'll be fielding a squad which is 50% international players, 50% domestic and local players.
Yes.
So it all depends on how they get used to the brand of football that Indians play. We've always strived to play the kind of football that the European,
the one we saw on Sunday, yes.
The European brand that attracts us. At the end, all I'd love to see is Indian footballers adapting to that shape, playing as progressively well as Europeans do. And I don't really mind if a Ljungberg or an Henry is on the pitch. The kind of experience they've had throughout European football,
I think be a value addition.
It will only help. It will never be denigrating. Even if they play 20-30 minutes, go back in the second half, play one half, sit outside from the second. Enough and more experience on the touchline for these players to take in, day out.
Let's get back to local issues. You have been touring the country. You know about Indian. Last time when we discussed about ISL, we had a very young caller who is an avid football fan. And he just kept saying that no, but I watch. He's been watching the European games and the South American games, and he seemed a bit impatient. So we kept telling him, please be patient, it'll happen. How exactly what is the mentality of Indian youth when it comes to football? Please give us an idea about that.
Well, since last 4 or 5 years I'm in Delhi.
Yes.
I have seen this thing. The craze is coming again at the youngsters level. Like there are so many academies are there. Even Baichung Bhutia is having an academy here. So 4 or 5 years I'm watching players are coming to the training for stadiums, Nehru Stadium or whatever facility they are having nearby. And they are taking interest, definitely taking interest. And my team which have gone, we have about 9 players under 19 players with me for this ILeague competition, which is higher, standard is good there, everything. So those 9 players of under 19, they played in football since 4 or 5 years in the academies or centers, and they are coming. And they played very well. As I tell you that our Hindustan youngster team has qualified for ILeague under 19 for final zone from Jamshedpur recently, 3 days ago. They beat Lajong, ISL FC, so many teams, good teams. That means our Delhi is having talent, definitely, and this league.
No, let's not only talk about Delhi. Okay, Delhi has talent, yes. Let's talk about the whole country. Let's please talk about cities where football has been very popular. Let's talk about Bengal. Let's talk about Goa. How has the things been there?
As I told you that I am here in Delhi for 4 years.
Yes, I know, but you've been traveling.
I was in Bengal previously.
Yes, I know that, yes.
Goa is the place, and Northeast is the place. I have been there just recently, and really, the craze.
It's still there?
Yeah, still there. It's growing.
There?
It's growing.
You will find stadiums sold out when Shillong Lajong play.
Yes, we played with
You will
Royal
find
Wendo.
stadiums sold out when Dempo play, when Salgaonkar play. Places like
Goa,
Sar's right in saying
Bengal.
in the northeast, down south near Goa, the fervor is still there. They're not being given their share of football due to obvious reasons that, well, we are lagging behind. Let's not kid ourselves. There's no denying the fact that India is not where it should be, considering we are a huge population. I'm sure we can muster 22.
I'm sure we can.
Talented.
What is lacking, sir? What is lacking? Is it
exactly, sir? What is lacking? What is lacking?
What is ailing Indian football now?
Well, I think the effort which should be given in a training camp, and definitely we need finance for football, training, camps for the boys or
So can I ask you a
children.
very, a question which is very, um, what about nutrition? Do
Yes,
we
definitely.
have nutritionists for these teams? Because even nutrition is a very important factor, and Indian sport in at various levels has been seeing suffering from that. Nutritious meals are not really provided to players in many sports.
This is what I'm saying. We need finance. So with that, we can go good nutrition, good food after training. Two
Yes.
times training it we are having in the morning and in the evening. So they definitely need this. Good living condition in our camps, national camp and Indian team going for participation. That we need definitely.
All right.
Selecting.
All
I
right.
think there's an increase in nutrition and fitness standards that I've not followed Indian football a lot, to be honest, but I've seen it through 5 years and watching, especially I was watching Bengaluru FC a lot this season. They've been a very good team this season. Their fitness levels are different. They've been doing really well like that.
All right. So finally, we can say that with the advent of the ISL, despite the fact that the players could have been had bins, the fact that there are celebrities coming in, celebrities like Salman Khan, like Ranbir, like John Abraham, and with popular cricketers like Saurav Ganguly and Sachin Tendulkar in the fray, both my guests agree that football is the only winner.
Absolutely.
Right? All right. On that very happy and positive note, we will come to an end of this conversation. Thanks to both of you, Surendraji and Chaitanya,
very
for
much.
joining.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You can please leave your comments on indiapostlive.com. Thank you so much. We'll see you right away.